Alright, it is 8 a.m. I'm not a morning person, so it might as well be 4 in the morning. I'm tired. Today should be a good day. We are going to look at a car. We'll probably end up just getting the car. A buddy is selling a, I don't want to spoil it just yet. I already spoiled it. I don't know what I titled this video. I'll hold off on the spoilers. Buddy is selling a car that I didn't really think I was going to be interested in it, but there's a couple things about it that made me interested in it, and he's selling it for pretty cheap. In this situation, Scott he's kind of over it. He just wants it gone. It's just taking up space. So I'm like, yeah, man, I'm your Huckleberry. I'll come get it. But yeah, going to buy another vehicle. That's the way she goes. But yeah, as soon as he's ready to go, we'll hop in the truck and go check the car out. I was over there a couple weeks ago, and I saw the car, but I didn't like really check it out because he didn't tell me he was thinking about selling it. But from what I saw, it looks pretty good. I'm excited. I might just make it a driver for a little bit. We'll see. I think what I'll probably end up doing is just fixing the stuff it needs and then selling it once I just kind of get it out of my system, because kind of like the Suburban. The Suburban is almost just out of my system, and that's why I'm thinking about getting rid of it. It was just something that I wanted, and I got, and I enjoyed. Now I'm kind of over it. So I got a feeling it'll probably be about the same way with this car.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
On the road we go. Alright, it is much later in the day. Obviously, not wearing the hoodie anymore. Got the car and a couple other goodies and loaded them up. Headed back to my place, dropped it off because the car doesn't need much mechanically, as far as I know. Man, I'm pretty stoked. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, to be honest, but I couldn't pass it up. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are tired of the dick teasing, so I'll flip the camera around and you guys can see. So this is a 2003 Cadillac CTS with I think it's a 3.2 V6. Not really anything special there. The guy he got the car from started, I'm assuming, making like NACA ducts on the hood. And I might end up finishing those. I think when they're done, they could be kind of neat. They're really symmetrical. So, I mean, those could be pretty rad. And I do have that side jacked up. That's why it's sitting kind of weird. Anyway, it is the 3.2 V6, and check this out. Can you see in there? Yeah, 5-speed. Check that out. How often do you see a 5-speed Cadillac like that? And that's the main reason why, for this price, I couldn't pass it up, because it's so, I don't want to say rare, but unusual. I have no idea how many of these were actually made, but I know I haven't seen many. Contrary to popular belief, I do like manual cars. I just can't afford to build them. For now, I don't want to fuck with the drivetrain on this thing at all. It's supposed to run and drive well. I'm not gonna say perfect, I'm not gonna put that on him, but he said it runs and drives. But it hasn't been started in a while. The battery's out of it, the battery was dead, and it seems like the starter locked up just from sitting. I think I can just tap on it a few times to free it up and we should be good there. But I got the battery out of it and it's just gonna sit on the charger for a couple days. But it is partially disassembled for paint. I got the headlight and taillight on this side just sitting in it. The others are there. There's a bunch of other stuff. Some of it's already taped up. I got the grill just sitting in it. I need a new front bumper cover. I'm probably going to go with like a CTS-V bumper, but I don't know. And then I definitely want to get a different grill. I don't know, that one's not bad, but I'd like to find something that looks a little, I guess, modern, I guess. So something kind of like an egg crate grill. I don't know. The like wire mesh grills are kind of cheap and they don't look terrible. I'm gonna skip why it's jacked up for just a second. But this car just has like a couple really weird quirks and features, to go full DeMiro. And one of them I'm looking at is just really, I don't get it, to be honest. I like it and I'm gonna keep it. Maybe not on this car, but I'm gonna keep it. But I don't get it. And that is this parachute mount As far as I know, this is a bone stock, like 220 horse V6 and a supposedly fragile rear end with a parachute mount on the back of it. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But like I said, I'm going to hold on to that because someday I might need that. Maybe for the RX-7, maybe for something else. I don't know. I might just leave it on the car because it looks cool and I'll scare some people. They'll be like, wait a second, what's going on with that thing? But yeah, the interior really isn't too bad. I mean, that door panel is sitting over there. I mean, the interior's complete. The only real bummers are that seat's torn and this back seat just needs to breathe a little bit because there was parts sitting on it for, I don't know, a couple months maybe, give or take. But I mean, aside from that, the interior is complete and it's really pretty nice. So I've never looked for a CTS, and I could obviously never afford a CTS-V. I don't plan on making this a CTS-V clone. I know like the knee-jerk reaction is throwing LS in it and whatever, but the like smart thing for me to do would be just paint it, get it back on the road the way it is, and have a fairly nice like daily driver. Because right now my daily driver is the Suburban, and that thing just destroys gas stations. I think I'm getting 13 to 14 miles per gallon with that thing, and it's killing me, and I hate it. I ran out of gas the other day. That really sucked because the gas gauge is off and it still said half a tank, but I went 130 miles on, give or take 10 gallons, so about 13 miles a gallon. All right, so let me show you why the back driver side is all jacked up over there. Because these wheels are whack. Just let me be real with you, these wheels are whack. I'm sure to the factory they were like, yeah, these don't look terrible and they're cheap to manufacture, but dude, whack. CTSs, not the CTS-Vs, those I guess have 6 lugs, which is crazy to me. But the base model CTSs have a Ford bolt pattern. It's actually 5x115, but it's close enough to a Ford. But check that out. They fit pretty well. I've got about 3/16 spacers behind it because the only thing that I can see coming in contact with it is the top of the bleeder screw. So I think if I just shaved that in half, they would probably work without spacers, but I might get like 1/4-inch spacers just to be safe. They will sit still just barely, well, you know, they might actually tuck decently. So I think that'll work out just fine. Maybe I should just order a couple more of those. Those are 15x8s with, I think 4.5 back spacing. So I think those will work fine. And then for the fronts, I could probably just do like the 17x4.5 and just make this thing look pretty rad. Even though it's not gonna be fast at all, it could at least look the part. I like the staggered look, but this thing is just not fast. So maybe I'll be like a total douche doing the like pizza cutters up front. So here's a couple other things I was thinking about with it. Obviously I need to paint it, and I'm torn on a couple colors. The first of 2 that I'm torn between is the same electric blue that I painted the Fiero. So it is really, really dirty right now, but that looks really good. I like this color so much. You can kind of get an idea of it there. I think that would look dope, that electric blue. So that was my first choice. My second choice is, who doesn't want a black Cadillac? So I'll just get some like jet black or tuxedo black, whatever I can find, and just slam that on there. Those are my thoughts. I'm open to suggestions, but those are kind of the ones that I'm torn between, and I'll probably go with one of those. And then I had a couple of other ideas as far as like the powertrain is concerned. Like I said, I want to keep it a manual because it's already set up for manual, so why not? T56s are expensive. That's out of the question unless I find a really, really good deal on it. And by really good deal, I mean like $300-400 bucks, and that's not gonna happen. I could go with the, what is it, the AR5 or whatever, the one that Fab makes the kit for, but just that kit I think was like $600-700. And this is all like assuming I LS swap it, which I'm not sold on that idea. I mean, we've got the Suburban, my truck, Dustin's Cadillac, the RX-7, Chris's truck eventually is going to get LS swapped, so we don't need a 6th LS on the channel, even though I fucking love the LS platform. Like, if I had my choice of one engine for the rest of my life, no doubt, probably 5.3. But since this thing's already set up and I'm just gonna assume running and driving well, I thought, let's be a little different and put a turbo on this. I did a little bit of Googling and there aren't many people convinced that the 3.2 is worth building, which doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm not trying to build like a full-on race car. I've got those that I'm already failing at. This would be just something, this would be a daily driver that would make like 5, 6, 7 pounds of boost, just to make it a little more fun. Like I said, this engine, according to Google, is making about 220 horsepower at whatever, who gives a shit RPM. So if we could get closer to like 290, 300 horsepower, I think it'd be a real fun daily driver. That would put it, that'd put it about in the power to weight ratio of the Focus ST, and that thing's plenty fun to drive. So that's where we're at. That's what we did today. I'm gonna end up pulling this thing back apart and figuring out a game plan for this thing, because realistically I believe all it needs to get back on the road is bumper cover, paint it, put it back together, slap the starter a few times, and it should run and drive. And I do feel like I need to say, because I'm looking through the screen of my camera right now, and it just, on camera it looks like butthole. In person, this thing, it looks really nice. It has like a ton of body lines that you just don't pick up. Like there's this one here, this roof line's coming down, you got that one there, you got this one along the doors that comes and swoops down, and then you got all these ones here. Like, the thing looks really nice. In person, it looks really good. And I think once it's all painted and looking nice, this thing could be a pretty nice car, actually. So that's where we're at with the Cadillac. I hope you guys are excited, because I think this thing could be pretty sweet at some point down the road. Hi. I hope you guys are excited for this car. It needs a name. Leave a suggestion down below. Leave an idea for a color down below. Like I said, I'm torn between the electric blue or just black, nice shiny gloss black. But that's definitely gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you next time.